Hi, I'm Joy Broggi. I was in the throes of chemo when Lisa McKenzie walked through the Best Buy line and said, "Cancer?" And I said, "Yes, breast cancer." And she said, "Look up Unite Empower and Events. Bye," and slid it out the store. And then my friend Elise Angelette invited me to her Unite experience. And I was amazed. I just couldn't believe what I saw. It was emotional. It was happy. It was sad. It was every emotion you could roll up into 2 hours. But most of all, it was amazing. I didn't know it at the time, but she had signed me up for the event. And shortly after, I got a phone call saying I had been accepted into the program. When I went to the first event, it was a meet and greet, and I ran into a high school friend, Rhonda, and I don't want to say meek and shy because that's not it, but I had never taken dancing. I failed my speech class because I couldn't get up in front of anybody and speak. So I was like, holy smoke, what did I get myself into? But Lisa just kept saying, trust the process, trust the process. And I did. Elise told me the same thing. I was like, I don't know if I can do this. I don't know if I can walk on that runway. It's so long, and trust the process. And our first event was the meet and greet, and then we had the candle pass, and everyone tells their story, and you get to know the ladies a little bit better. Then we started with practicing. That was really hard for me. I think everybody thought I was kind of negative, and I wasn't negative. I was just scared out of my mind. And I just kept up the process. In that end of July, I lost my mom. That was really difficult because I really wanted her to see me finish this program. And then a few weeks after that, we did our first Unite retreat, which was the most amazing bonding experience I ever had in my life. There was a lot of fun. First night was a dance party, and the second night we got down to work, and Lisa set up visitors, doctors. Several of our sponsors came in and talked about how they were affiliated with the Unite. We had OBGYN, we had an insurance company, we had the ladies that gift us our beauty and hair and makeup come talk. And it was amazing. And also that was the day we found out one of our beloved Night Sisters had a reoccurrence of her cancer. And it was very, very emotional. And it was our dear friend, Elise Angelette. But we persevered on as she would want us to do. She was quite the firecracker and has her fingerprint all over the program. So everybody who's gone through and knows Elise knows how much she meant to our program. The next day, we had another little talk. And then we all kind of went our ways, but it really bonded my class together. At least the ladies who went, it bonded us together. And then we really got down deep into the nitty-gritty of our runway show. It was hard. We were practicing. We didn't get to run the runway, really walk that runway until the night of the show. Lisa and our modeling coaches would kind of try to walk it in the parking lot of Coffee Rainey on Sunday afternoons. We thought we were prepared. We really thought we were prepared until the night before the show when we went for our walkthrough. And then you realize just how long that runway was. And we were there pretty late that night, and everybody was very excited because the next day was our show, and we were all talking about where we were going and how excited we were to get our makeup done. And I couldn't sleep the night before because I was nervous and excited, and I still didn't know if I could really walk that runway. So the next day came, and we went for like between 12 and 1 to get everybody like sort of filtered through during the day, getting their hair and makeup, and we had to be at the center for 3 o'clock, 4 o'clock. And it kind of really sunk in because you see your beautiful gown and your outfits, and we ran through our show one more time. We get dressed and we do our photos, and we have a champagne toast with our alum sisters that are there, and the class that's walking that night. And then it was showtime. And I really was nervous because I had not argued, but I had 2 nieces that were 3 when I was going through treatment, and I wanted them to see me like a princess. They were still in their princess phase of life, and I told them I was going to be a princess for one night. And their moms were not really excited that I wanted them to come out on school night. And but they were 3, missing preschool's not a big deal. And so they did. All my nieces, all my nephews, my dad, cousins, friends, everybody showed up. And I remember looking through the curtain when we were waiting for our turn to walk up, and I saw a cousin of mine, and I kind of waved, and she was kind of like, so it was exciting. But then I walked up the stairs, and I was like, I said a little prayer. I said a big prayer as I was walking, but when I turned and faced that audience, I don't know what took me over. It had to be God, because I don't know what propelled me forward, I just kept remembering, sit up, stand up straight, take your time, but walk fast enough because you only have a few minutes, and don't forget to stop at the T and pose and turn and smile. And I could hardly breathe the entire walk. But when I turned forward towards the stage to start my walk, I saw my oncologist, Dr. Socks, jumping in the air, waving his fist. And as I got down the runway, I saw my surgeon, Dr. Trahan and Dr. Sullivan and Dr. Orton. They were all there, like, cheering me on. And when I turned on the T part of the stage, where you kind of get a little 2 minutes of fame, I saw all my nurses from the cancer center. And they were jumping up and down and cheering just like my family was. I made it to the end of the stage and I did my little poses and walked back, and my little nieces were running up and down the side of the stage, and we took up a half a section. And I kind of waved to them, and I walked down and I walked off the stage. And I kind of stopped and caught my breath, and I went into the dressing room where we were, and somebody who came off the stage after me told me, "Your little daddy was so cute. He was standing there and wiping tears from his face," which I bust out into tears. Shannon, the real Shannon, not the two Shannons. The ladies that walked behind me were Shannon and Sharon, and I couldn't remember their names, so I just called them the Shannons. But Shannon Massano grabbed me and hugged me, and it's a moment that I'll never forget. It just solidified our bond as a group, as friends, as cancer warriors, as women who have come through something really hard and dark and made it through. That Unite experience has also carried me through. It's carried over into other aspects of my life. I was never a confident person. 6 years ago, I never would have been able to do this. Ever. I didn't even like to speak in front of my family. I don't know if I'll ever watch this because I don't know that I like myself on screen or how I sound. But if it touches someone and gives them courage, I'll be uncomfortable and watch it with them. I have a sense of confidence that I've never had. I have a sense of self that I never had. And I feel like I have a sense of purpose. I feel like I want to bring every woman who I know who's ever had cancer into this program because of the gifts it has given me. It has changed my life in the very best way possible. It's a gift. There's no planning of the people they put together. They don't know anything about you, basically, except you're a cancer survivor. They don't ask for a picture to download to pick the most pretty people or the people who have had the worst experience. They just pick the names of the people or the first 24 people. And I've always been an accepting person, but it has opened my mind and made me even more accepting of others. And I just wish that anyone who has ever had cancer would sign up and do this program. It is life-changing.